Hello children, you all have been given holiday homework and in worksheet 2 you are supposed to do a work. You have to complete a table where you are supposed to write the basic computing element through the generations, their inventors and their invention year. If you are facing some problem, that's why for helpline I have made this. You can take information from this also. Now the first generation of computers, you all remember the period of the first generation is 1946 to 1958 and the basic computing element was vacuum tubes. You all can identify vacuum tubes easily now. They are the small tubes which allow current to flow through the vacuums, and this was the device which made the possible development of radio, radar and many other electronic devices. So these were the basic element present, and that time the technology development at that time was started with the vacuum tubes. And who invented this? And John Ambrose Fleming was the inventor of vacuum tube, and it was first demonstrated in the year 1904. After that the second generation came up. In the second generation, the period you all remember now, the time period for second generation was 1959 to 1964, and which was a basic computing element for this? They were transistors. Now you all can identify the transistors, very small devices, but they made the speed faster, size is smaller and rate cheaper. So that's why they were replaced. Instead of vacuum tubes, they were used. And who invented transistors? Transistors were invented by John Bardeen and Walter Brattain, and it was demonstrated in the year 1947. So this was what was the invention year 1947, and who were the inventors? John Bardeen and Walter Brattain. Then came up the third generation, which was much faster than the second generation, and the time period was 1965 to 1970. And which was a basic computing element here? It was integrated circuit, and we started use of operating system, keyboard, mouse. So our speed was much faster than the previous generations. So what was a basic computing element here? Integrated circuit. You all can identify in this picture integrated circuit. Who was the inventor of integrated circuit? Have you tried to search on the internet? No? Then you can see here John Kilby and Robert Nice were the inventors, and invention year was 1950. Then fourth generation, today's generation, present generation, which we are using today. Your laptop, your computer in the lab, at home, your tab, your smartphone, these all are the examples of fourth generation computers. In this fourth generation, which was a basic computing element, it is using microprocessor. And microprocessor is very small in size but very fast in speed. We all can feel today how fast the computer is at doing any kind of task. And who were the inventors? Stedhoff and Stanley Measure, and it was invented in the year 1971. Who invented the first microprocessor? It was invented by Intel, named 4004. So this is all about the development through the fourth generation, basic computing element, their invention year and their inventors. So thank you children. Now what you have to do, you have to write everything very neatly in your computer notebook. Do it with patience, and if you want to get more knowledge about this, explore internet and try to collect more information about these basic computing elements. So again the same message, stay home, stay safe. Thank you children. Be happy, be active and keep learning. Thank you children.